Hello.
Hi, and welcome to our review of the Disney Dollhouse. We're up to issue 60, so let's get talking.
Halfway through.
Yep. Okay, so this is everything that you get up to issue 60. So we've got the first floors done.
Yes.
Obviously we've got
The basement.
the basement, which comes out. You want to put it all out to show people? So that's the first. I would say the first room complete. So you could go ahead and put all the Winnie the Pooh's.
Put all the furniture in it where you want it.
How you want it or what you want to do with that, you can now. There is no more work
to be done on that
one now. Now we've got the ceiling on for the first floor. Mickey's room and the frozen hallway here. They're very much complete as well.
Yeah.
There's not much more. I don't think there's much more to do physically apart from attaching the chandeliers for the light.
And getting the light thing for...
And the light thing as well, and we'll come on to all that. But apart from that, these two rooms here are done. So if you wanted to, you can go ahead and start putting in the furniture where you want it.
Yeah.
But you will be moving it about still. So we're not going to
I'm
yet.
not putting it in yet. I'm keeping it in its box.
But everything is in its box. Still, we've got loads here. Everything that you get in issue 60 is actually out at the minute. There's loads down here, but
yeah,
we just can't get it all in.
Can't fit it all in the camera.
But it is out on display. But I'm finding the build really good at the moment. You?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
We are missing one. That was issue 59. So if you haven't seen issue 59 yet on the channel,
don't worry.
Don't worry, because we haven't got it. A few people have had trouble picking up issue 59. We don't know why. It's on back order. I'm not internally.
The news agent said there was a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm not totally fussed at the minute. It's only the light for the Alice in Wonderland room. That's it. That's all it is. So I'm not really worried at the minute. In the last video, issue 60, I didn't show you what you get in issue 61. So I apologise, but basically it's just build-wise, it's just the light for Mickey's room. And in issue 62, I believe we get the circuit board or the test board
for the lights.
And the battery pack to test all the lights, which will sit at the back here. You can actually see where the battery pack's going to sit. There's like a little bracket on the back behind the Mickey's room.
Yeah. On the basement level.
On the basement level, you'll see there's like a little protrusion bit coming out. And as you can see, the camera's decided to fall a bit more so you can check out the rest of it. Let me check that out. The camera decided to go for a wander. But as you saw, as it panned down, you saw the more of the stuff we've got here. We've had a few hiccups here and there. We've had a few bits where the furniture, like this, I don't know if it's this one, but we had two of these.
Yeah,
and one of them was
in a casing.
One
so
of them was
it is that one.
Completely crushed, and we had to rebuild it.
Yeah, it was that one.
And yeah, it is this one actually that we had to rebuild.
But that was shown on a previous video.
Yeah, but
can't remember what issue it was.
No, but since our last 20 issue build video review,
we've got a lot.
Look how much it's grown. It's just, I mean.
Before we were sort of...
We weren't even...
Right down.
Yeah, I think we were working on the base. This base section here, I think, at that time. And I don't even think we were doing the basement. So we've come a long way. In just 20 issues, we've come quite a long way.
It's not taken that long, really.
No, and the parts that we get in each issue is quite good as well. We've got, you know... I think the last couple of issues, we haven't had quite a lot. We've had...
No.
I mean, this issue we've had the issue we just done, issue 60. We had the ceiling for Mickey's room.
Yeah, and a chest.
And a chest.
That's at the front.
This.
No, not that one.
Oh, was it the toy one, isn't it?
A different one round the front.
It's here. It's there. As you can see as well, we've kept a lot of the stuff in the boxes, and though they take up a little bit more room, it's easier to store them that way. So if you're worried about storage, we've got little tubs, these little plastic tubs, and we've already filled up one.
Yeah.
2, I think, and we've still haven't got everything yet. So there is a lot of stuff to go in the house. These are all the characters that we got. There's Pooh.
But another way of doing it, bits that you're struggling to store, if you keep them in the plastic, store them in the house.
Well, I'm just everything's just falling
down the stairs.
But yeah, it's strange as well that we've got the it's all falling down.
Wobbling it.
We've got the floor for Mickey for the aristocrats room.
I can stay laying.
Because I believe that's the aristocrats hallway room.
I think so. Let me just double check.
And then I think we've got the bathroom. Yeah, I think it's the bathroom here. And then we've got the Aristocrats room. And then we've got the Cinderella bedroom. And then above that, I mean, in the next 20 issues, yes, Alistair.
The aristocrats.
Aristocrats. Got to get that right. Room. Then we've got Cinderella's room.
No, I think. Yeah.
Cinderella's room, and then we've got the bathroom here.
Which is the Little Mermaid. And what's fallen?
I think it's Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh has gone for a dive.
He didn't want to be there anymore. That's what I mean. It's just trying to stack everything, and the table was a bit. It's not wobbly, but every time I knock the table,
it shakes it.
It shakes it and falls over. This is why we're going to come up with a bit of a solution. So that doesn't happen. We've looked at sticky dots, haven't we? Sticky dots, a bit of blue tack, something like that.
Yeah.
That we will
I
put
also
down.
thought about the tape that they sent for
the double-sided tape.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways of doing it. I think the sticky dots are a little bit easier because you can put them down and move the furniture still. Though we're not going to have. This is another thing as well that we've discussed. We're not going to have
all of the furniture.
Every bit of furniture in the rooms, because some of the rooms look really cluttered, don't they?
Yeah. And our daughter might want to play with it at some point, and
yeah, Sophie might want to play with it at some point.
Yeah.
So if you're using it to have people play with it and that, there's a lot of things I think will go missing, because there's quite a lot of little bits.
Carrots.
The little carrots, I think they're probably the easiest thing to go on a wander.
But if you attach them all together and then attach it to the wheelbarrow,
yeah, you could do that. But there is some things like the vases that go on top of the pillars.
They're going to be stuck on.
They will be stuck on because
they'll just keep falling off.
Yeah, they'll keep falling off, and then that will be stuck somehow because it's hollow in between. It's really weird.
We might have to fill it with something first.
We might have to fill it first, but once again, that will be stuck as well because all that sort of stuff. This stuff is a little bit more stable, like the units and the bigger tables. But the
one thing that is annoying me is the light with the lampshade. It keeps falling over and the lampshade comes off.
Yeah, it does still work.
I know it still works, but it's very annoying.
Like that.
For me.
Just like that.
It might be alright for everybody else, but that's one little thing that does annoy me. And because you can't glue the lampshade on because you've got to have access to the battery.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that will need sticking down, and once again,
it's hollow inside.
It's hollow inside, so that we'll just fill it.
Yeah.
We'll fill it with something.
Bit of filler.
Yeah, a bit of filler, a bit of something on there. But I think the build's really good. I mean, considering where I am at with some of my other builds at this stage, they're still in bits. I mean, take the alien build for instance.
Yeah.
My alien build was in pieces. It just looks like we've got more here, and we've got lots. I think for the price and everything, we're really happy with what we've got.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But in the next 20 issues,
we won't be able to see you.
Yeah, in the next 20 issues, when we do our next review here, the second floor will already be built, and we'll be working on the third floor, the top floor.
Yeah.
So you won't even be able to see us. So we'll have to somehow
the top floor is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Peter Pan's room.
Peter Pan and Donald
Duck. That's right. Yeah. And we've got all the characters as well. I think there's only. I think did we say there was only 4 left?
The princesses.
It's the princesses that are left. I think now.
Because we didn't go in for.
We didn't do the premium. We didn't do the premium gifts, though. Hachette normally offer the premium gifts after. So when the build is finished, if they've got lots of stock of it, they tend to offer them out afterwards on their web shop. They've done it with quite a lot of their builds actually, like with the free gifts, the cups, the mugs, and all that sort of stuff. And the premium gifts they then offer so you can buy them after the build is finished. So I know this has been extended, but I guarantee by the end of 120,
there might be a couple that I might want.
We might end up grabbing some, or if you do them in a bundle, I don't know how they're going to do them. But we're not doing the extension.
No, I've got my own ideas for that.
We wanted to just make that clear, because we didn't want the Christmas one. It's like a Christmas summer theme, but the house is more Christmas theme. But there is like a summer van. I think there's like a summer van thing and like table stuff like that. And you get extra characters as well, but it's not.
It's not for me.
It's not for us. You've got to have the room as well to put all that. So it's not just this, but then you have to do the room, and then obviously you're going to have to come to a point as well with that, because I think a lot of the rooms are going to be redesigned with Christmas stuff, and changing it about here and there might be a bit difficult. So I think you have to get to a point, a bit like with the DeLorean build when you built the DeLorean. If anyone built that, there came a point where you had to decide whether you wanted to build the DeLorean from Back to the Future 1 or 2, or the Back to the Future 3 with the train wheels, and then do the track and all of that. Because once you did it, you couldn't then go back.
Did they offer flying as well?
No, it does that already.
Oh right.
It was part of it, but that was there was when you got to a certain point, you had to decide what one you were going to go for. And I think this is the same as well. If you're going to do the extension, you have to then decide how you want it, because I think changing it and putting stuff in, I think I think there's going to be like presents and Christmas trees. They'll be easy to take in and out, but it's going to have snow effect. That's what I'm mainly on about. So the windows and I think the roof and all that has like this snow effect to it. I don't think you just put it on. I think you actually place it permanently on. So there could be an issue with that, but depending on how you want it dressed up. But I think there's ways of dressing it with Christmas anyway, because we've looked online for Christmas doll's house stuff for Christmas, and you can buy stuff like the little Christmas trees and the little press. You can make stuff like that. There's no need to actually buy it.
I've got my Christmas carousel as well that I can stand with it.
Yeah. So there's ways of doing it up. Also as well, I wanted to point out about the base. So at the moment, a lot of people are saying, does it go on a plinth or anything? No, the base connects onto the base we already have. So the plastic surrounding that you get on the front, as you can see here, on the basement. So the base that you see on the pictures that everyone has, it will click round in sections all the way around it. It doesn't sit on that. What you built, you're already sitting on. It's already sitting on the base of the house, and then the design around it. But it's also worth noting that the base section that we've got to fit round only actually protrudes out of the sides and the front. It's actually really flat on the back. It's completely flat. In fact, there's no sort of, this doesn't come out a lot because the back's plain. So, because when you put the back panels on, it goes on with the sticker like the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Yet when you do the sides and the front, we're putting little planks on, individual planks. So the back is done completely different. It's done so you don't see the back. So the back is. It's also a reason why we've not got any more windows in the back of the house, except for the room in the middle. Because that's the only window it has.
Yeah.
Apart from the front, obviously, when you put the front on. But I think that's why it's done it so there's a little bit more light coming through. Because obviously at the sides here, you've got the side windows.
Yeah.
You've got the front windows, but there's no back ones on these rooms, and that's because there's not. Also, as well, it's also worth noting that that's where the wires go.
Yeah.
So all the wires go down the back as well. So they could do it. They could put another window there, but that's why I think that they've done the one window in the middle of each room, because they haven't got another window unless it's at the front. And then we've got that panel that sits on the front as well, and that panel just sits on as well. It doesn't. I don't think it hooks on or anything. It doesn't swing open like loads of old houses do. I think it's just a single piece that sort of sits up. It doesn't swing out or anything. So I'm wondering how sort of stable that is.
Yeah, it's because you've...
Oh, have I flipped it?
Yeah, I was holding it so it weren't turn.
And yeah, so the base, I don't know if you can see that, but there's the base there around it. But it actually connects onto what we've already got, so there's no issue with that. But I think the main trouble I think we're seeing as we go forward, which is going to cause much of the headache, which a lot of people said that it was the books last time. I think a lot of people had problems with the books and the bunting. Right. Cutting the books up. Do you remember the nightmare we had? And I think the next nightmare thing we're probably going to have is with the roof. So yeah. the roof sections come in, well, sections basically. I think they're like little foam things, but you have to cut it yourself. So it comes in a big sheet, and it's got an overlap, and you have to cut it in a way. So you have to cut some bits in a triangle, some bits square, some bits long, and all of that. I've watched the YouTube videos, and yeah, it looks a little bit more complicated. Yeah, but then by then they're kind of expecting your skills to have... Yeah, I mean, you know, when you do this, if it's the first thing you've done, you're also getting your crafting skill up as well, if you've never done anything like this. But I know that there's loads of people on the group, on the Facebook groups, that are really crafty, and they've done, you know, they've done lots of different rugs and little trinket bits. And I see one lately, I think it was on Building with the Boys, he's going to put a sort of projector inside the house so it looks like a ghost in it. And he's going to do a video on that. I saw that and I thought that was quite good. But anyway, this is where we are. Yes. With issue 60. Because I know a lot of people ask, what have we got up to issue 60? This is it. There's a lot here. So what I'm going to do is show you everything that's on the table, and then that'll be the end of the video. So what we're going to say is we're going to say bye, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and that's where we are with our Disney Dollhouse up to issue 60. Yeah. Before I go, issue 61, like I said, is just the light for Mickey's room, which we've had the lights for the other ones. And issue 62, we get the control, we get a test board and the battery pack to test the lights. I don't know what else we get in issue 62. I think it's the walls. I think we start building up the walls, because I think by issue 65, 66, all the walls are in. Right. They come in really quickly, by the way, as well. So I think what you do is you get the walls here. You get the walls basically for each room. So I think in one issue you get the 5 bits of wall for this room, and then the next one you get the back wall bit and that bit, and then that bit and that bit. And remember as well that this room ends, it doesn't have that... Yeah, it doesn't have the bay window. It doesn't have the bay window, that's only on that room. So in actual fact the house is slightly shorter that way. But anyway, so we're going to leave you now. Thank you for watching. Remember to click subscribe and like, and we'll show you everything that you get up to issue 60.